gymnast that we've ever seen.
Extraordinary moves.
Beautiful night for some football.
NASCAR Cup Series champion Scotty Scheffler takes it all.
A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
A lot of history between these two teams. Did you talk about that with your guys?
I did. Be quite honest with you, I don't want to run from it. I want to give them an opportunity to put an edge on our preparation.
Talk to you guys about history. Here's some big game moments. Steelers, Cowboys, Super Bowl 13. Do you remember watching those guys play when you were young?
Absolutely. The toughness, the legacy that comes with this place. For me, I've always wanted to be a keeper of it.
Let's go get it.
I try to live in a vacuum this time of year. You can't. You understand how big this game is. You feel it. Lights, camera, action.
Yes, sir, Mike Tomlin. That's our new director for Football Night in America, looking as cool as could possibly be because he's never had a losing season. But tonight he's taking on the Cowboys. The good news is he's got that guy on his sideline. T.J. Watt and the Steelers are looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season against Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, who are trying to get things going after that 2-2 start. We got an old school matchup for you. But first, some Football Night alerts on the games in action right now, starting with Jordan Love getting it going against the Rams.
Matt LaFleur, I love what he dialed up right here. Tight end screen. Jordan Love getting back in the groove. Found Kraft twice today for touchdowns. I see you, Green Bay, out in L.A.
Yeah, right now still up. About 4 minutes left in the fourth. Meanwhile, the 49ers, are they going to lose this one, sir?
They're losing control. Having trouble closing teams out this year. Jordan Mason gets the little toss pitch to the left. He fumbles. Purdy started out the third quarter with an interception. Now we got Kyler Murray and company driving to kick the go-ahead field goal.
Another home team struggling right now, Seattle Seahawks against the Giants.
How about the New York Football Giant defensive line getting after Geno Smith? 4 sacks in the second half. Thibodeau, Lawrence, go G-Man.
Up 10 right now on top of Seattle, a 3-1-10. Oh, we got a field goal attempt.
And here it goes. They knock it in. They're up 24-23 late, but it's Brock Purdy in this offense. They've been moving it all day. They got a minute 37.
A lot of time left right there, Simsy. A lot of time.
Yeah, we're going to see if Brock Purdy has the answer. Welcome inside the studio. We'll obviously keep you updated. Maria Taylor alongside Devin McCourty. We got Jason Garrett here as well. We also have the Raiders, and we've got the Broncos going, but the Broncos are in command there. We had 6 1-o'clock games, and half of them ended in game-winning field goals. That included the Jags with the win, the Texans with the win, the Ravens with the win, which means Cincinnati's got to be hurting right now.
No, don't worry, right?
Okay.
They always get off to a slow start, but everyone told me they're in trouble now. The problem with getting off to slow starts is sometimes you lose tough games, and this team has not figured out a way to win. It seems like they had it wrapped up, and in the end, fall short.
Yeah, Joe Burrow said he had to be perfect in this game, and he was near perfect, but everything else wasn't. Their defense not real good. Field goal kicker at the end of the game have a chance to win it. They let that one slip away. They're 1-4 right now. It's an uphill battle. But how about in Washington? Our guy, Jaden Daniels, that guy right there. Talk about keeping command. This guy's playing like a 10-year vet, over 300 yards of offense today. But to me, it's his poise, his decision-making, and the confidence that everybody around that Commanders team has right now, because that guy's the quarterback. He's pretty impressive.
I used to have fun playing against rookie quarterbacks. Watching this guy, that doesn't look fun. Like you said, looks like a 10-year veteran. Everything is just so in control. It's fun watching him right now.
He's 5 games into his NFL career.
And looks
ridiculous.
Like a vet. Yeah, but he's not the only rookie that had a great week. Week 5 headliner for Chris Sims, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, that's right. He's sick of everybody talking about Jaden Daniels in this rookie class. That's the problem right now. But he was phenomenal today. They have found a way to get the run game going, get Andre Swift involved, and this is where he can be magical. He's an incredible in the pocket, buying time, running down the field, making people miss. Then the throwing, he's gifted, and people were open all day long, let alone he made some high-level throws. The connection with DJ Moore killed the Panthers today. Great post route throw here, looking the safety off, coming backside. Way to go, Caleb Williams and the Bears. Look good today. Oh, yeah. Now we go to London. That's right. And it's, oh, yeah, a.k.a. Pick Van Ginkel. Andrew Van Ginkel, free agent signing from the Miami Dolphins this year. Hey, the Jets, they love to throw the ball short. When they get blitzed, it slants over the middle. Well, Brian Flores coached them up. They were ready for this right there. Incredible play by him. Play of the day, because the Jets defense played really good today. But their offense is still a work in progress, and I'm a little concerned about it.
Yeah, Vikings undefeated. That's how we started out our day. We still got games going right now. A football night alert. We got one coming from Seattle. A touchdown. Jackson Smith from Big Ben.
Oh. Look at this team right now. Seattle looked like they were out of it. Go G-Men, not so fast. Seattle's still right there, 2 minutes left.
Yeah, and Brock Purdy was just intercepted, so that's an update happening too, as the 49ers might fall short against the Cardinals.
Wow, I mean, they're in deep trouble here. I mean, here's Brock Purdy. We see a minute 15 left in the pocket, gets hit as he's throwing, ball pops in the air, interception.
It's over, Sim.
They're in deep trouble.
It's more than deep trouble.
You think about that. They've blown the game against the Rams where they had control. Now they lose this. This is two teams in the NFC West. The Niners, 2 and 3, they're better than that. That's for sure.
49ers don't have any timeout, so game over.
Yeah, game over.
Kyler Murray walks away with that one. All right, you know who's actually out with the Steelers? It's the birthday boy. He turned 60-something years old today, and he's hanging out in his old stomping grounds. Jack, Tony, Rodney, how do you feel?
Sunday, happy birthday.
That's right. Coach, it's got to be cool, though, celebrating your birthday right here where it all began for your career.
It is amazing. No better place, Jack. I have so many memories here. These fans, my teammates, a great coach, a great organization. I'm loving it.
All I know is this. When I turn 69, if I can look as good as this boy, I'm in the house.
You're well on your way, Hot Rod. Hey, these two colors, these two fan bases sharing a parking lot, you feel the power, the prestige of this rivalry.
You really do. This goes way back. Bunch of Super Bowls, big games. I can remember my rookie year, Rodney. We're playing a preseason game against the Cowboys. Jack Lambert came to me and said, be ready, man. We don't let these guys win anytime. This is serious business. That's what this rivalry is all about.
That set the tone for you. What are you watching for tonight, Hot Rod?
Well, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
And I was coming out of my trailer. Justin Fields was walking in front of me, so I said, let me follow him just for a few. And he walked past a group of fans, and the fans went absolutely crazy. I said, they love Justin Fields here.
They're believing it. Coach, you always tell us stories about this rivalry and what it meant to you. How about favorite memories when you start thinking about these two on the field?
Well, for me personally, it's got to be 1977, my rookie year. We got some DBs hurt. Donnie Shell, our great safety man's out. I'm in the nickel rotation. Captain comeback, Roger Staubach's trying to bring him back. But no, Rodney. My first big play.
Look at number 21. Hey, that's deep safety. You wasn't playing corner. You was playing deep safety.
And I covered Jay Salty, got the interception. Big play early in my career to get things going.
A wise DB will go on to become a Hall of Fame coach. And the Cowboys, they lead this series. But, Coach Dungy, who leads the Super Bowl matchup head-to-head?
Super Bowls, it's 2 for Pittsburgh, 1 for Dallas. So you know where that goes.
And that's all that matters. We got the Steelers. We got the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Let's go.
All right, Seattle's trying to come back in this 3-point game, Chris.
Yep, the Giants, they stopped the Giants offense, and now Geno Smith's got the ball with a lot of time. He makes the big scramble. They're in field goal range, and they've gotten even farther than that right now. So we're going to see if the Giants can hold on to the victory here.
Yeah, about a minute left to play that game right now on CBS. Let's catch up on the highlights. The Dolphins taking on the Patriots. This was an ugly one, Devin, so we're going to go straight to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you, Maria. Not a lot happened in this game, but Jacoby Brissett and the Patriots have a chance to win, and the stadium erupts. Jalen Pope with a huge catch, but maybe not the toe, then the heel, out of bounds. Huge play for New England to get that turned around and reversed.
Yeah, originally rolled a touchdown. It was reversed, so the Patriots still down 15-10. Fourth down, 1 minute left.
Miami comes all-out blitz. They can't get it done, but New England, don't worry. Right now, you're scheduled to have the #1 pick in the 2025 draft.
Wow, we're already looking that far down the line. All right, Joe Flacco still in for the injured Anthony Richardson, and he looks 39 years young to start out this game.
He looks like Earl Morrall's what he looks like. Stepping up in the pocket, finding Alec Pierce. Flacco threw for 359 and 3 touches today. The guy was on fire.
Meanwhile, Trevor Lawrence is actually young. Today is his 25th birthday, and he looked great in this game.
Yeah, Trevor played his best game. He was quick. He was on time. Excellent decisions, excellent throws. He went for 371 and a couple touchdowns himself.
Yeah, and sets up this game-winning kick by Cam Little. He's also known as Kickin' Little from 49 yards. It was good, and it was also a very happy birthday for the birthday boy. His first win since since December. What looked different, Chris and Devin?
Well, he hit all the throws he was supposed to hit, right? Last week we saw the game against the Houston Texans. There was big completions to be had, and he was off target. From the get-go today, Trevor Lawrence was on fire.
And sometimes it's that simple. Make the throws you're supposed to make. But what I loved about him today, he dropped back. He was decisive. When he hit his back foot, he knew where he wanted to go. Some of these throws this deep throw to Christian Kirk. There's two guys right there. It splits them. That's what Trevor Lawrence everyone wants to see.
Then you got to make some throws sometimes where they're not wide open. Get it in the spot where your guy can catch it, nobody else. Trevor Lawrence, big bounce-back game. He had a lot of pressure on him today, Maria.
All right, time for a football night alert, because take a look. Seattle going for the game-tying field goal here, Chris.
Oh, I saw it. Don't you worry. I believe it was Isaiah Simmons over the pile, jumps, blocks it, and we're picking it up. And you know me, I'm a Giants fan. For the
no, there's no we. You're not a Giant. You're not a Giant.
29-20. Hey, the Giants paid for a lot of my childhood. Yes, I am.
Right, a lot of we's in there. Shocking Seattle at home and walking away with a victory. Still a minute left in that game. Snoop Dogg is in the building. Grew up a Steelers fan, ladies and gentlemen. He's actually going to join us next on Football Night in America, because if Snoop's in the building and NBC's in the building, Snoop go find a camera, all right?
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
I was being clever. I heard that when he went to Louisiana Tech, that he didn't do so good on the entrance exam. And so I came up with the line, he couldn't spell cat if you spotted him, the C and the A.
Well, you shouldn't really make comments like that at the beginning of a ball game, because someone will definitely try and make you eat those words.
I think Terry was the most valuable player. He said, you can lose with me, but you can't win without me.
You'd have to look at Roger as a standout guy, served this country well.
Preston Pearson, Billy Joe Dupree, Butch Johnson to catch passes.
Just look at the number of Hall of Famers from that group.
My God, Jack Lambert.
Jack was probably always looking for a fight.
It's no doubt the best team of the 1970s were the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Coach Dungy, how about 26 Hall of Famers between those Super Bowls? Super Bowl 10, Super Bowl 13. You got a ring of your own out of that whole process.
I do, Jack, and I grew up in high school watching those guys play, and then all of a sudden I'm in the locker room with 10 of them, and I'm covering Drew Pearson. I couldn't believe it.
And we got another legend
on set.
How about the most versatile man in show business, from Paris to Pittsburgh? Hey, what is it about the Steelers that made you a fan for life?
Say, man, as a baby, man, watching them in the 70s, seeing them do what they do. And then me and Joe Green, that commercial meant everything to the kids that was inspired, you know, by him and by the team. And just watching them just go hard in the 70s and win back-to-back and then do back-to-back. Come on, man, and won me over.
Snoop, who's your favorite player, your Steeler player of all time?
All time, I would probably say
Don't say Coach Dungy.
No, it's Mel Blount.
Oh, okay.
And Mel looked like Mel Blount, too, about the same size.
Mel was a lockdown DB. He was locked down.
Yes, he was. What about this year's team? Who do you like on this year's Steeler team?
It's that T.J. Watt, man. when he's healthy, we move different. It's all with his heartbeat. I just love T.J. Watt.
Hey, you've coached some great ones out there in that Snoop Youth Football League. They go on to have NFL careers. Now you're a coach on The Voice, too. Any coaching points that translate? Have you learned anything along the way?
I really did. Every artist is like each player. You have to coach them to their skill set. You can't really be aggressive to certain people. You can't talk to certain people a certain way. So those skills that I took with me as a football coach are working on the set.
Oh, that was a stretch of a question. It actually worked. I like it. Only Snoop Dogg can make that work right there. Applebee's, they're kicking off their Pick Six Mondays this week, reminding us some of our favorite Pick Six on this set. Coach Dungy, I think you got to take us back to the 70s.
All right, I'll let Snoop describe this one. We got a blitz on Roger Staubach. I'm covering Preston Pearson.
Oh, that's you, Lockety Bob? Oh, that's T. T to the easy, baby. Go home with it, T. 2-1. That's the street I come from, baby. 21st Street, 1st Street.
I'll see you, Coach.
I've never had it described like that before.
Wow. And we got Hot Rod, too. 2004 AFC Championship game right here.
Oh, come on, Rod. Don't be so mean.
Rookie Ben Roethlisberger. He's man. His receiver the entire time.
Oh, I had no choice.
I don't like this, Rod. I don't like this. You're going to make me tackle you right now on TV. Don't do it, Rod. Don't do it, Rod.
Tackle Big Ben.
Oh, I like it. A little showboat.
I was just tired, Coach.
Oh, man.
Hey, how do you remember Rodney Harrison's game in this rivalry? A couple of Steeler fans said, Rod, you stole
Hot Rod was
those
a
rings
dog.
out of our pocket.
Hot Rod was a dog.
Yes,
he was a dog at safety. He was hard to, get past, to get over, get around. We respect him. Real talk. I tell you to your face, we respect you. Hands down.
And Snoop, you're going to be leading us with the terrible talent.
Yeah, but can I say something?
Yes,
sir.
Ain't it Coach's birthday today?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Happy 69th birthday, Tony. I love you, brother. You look good. You look good, Coach.
Maria Taylor, there's nothing in this world that gets by Snoop. Nothing in this world.
I love it. Let's keep them on the desk for the rest of the night. Checking out the scoreboard, the Giants game is final. They walk away with the victory. We've got a 5-point game, though, going on right now in L.A., and the Rams are driving. We'll keep you up to date on that one, and we will be right back.
Bring the energy, powered by the all-electric Acura ZDX.
Bringing that energy. Picked off by Van Ginkel. Touchdown!
Glad I caught the ball, and the rest is history.
Oh, my! Unbelievable!
Man, different. He do everything.
Touchdown, Washington! And we play!
Football Night in America is brought to you by Applebee's. A pick six on Sunday means free boneless wings on Monday.
Yeah, that's just Super Bowl 13. You remember this one, Jason?
Now, Swanee, you kidding me? How about this one right there? Jackie Smith.
35-31.
Roger not happy.
Future Hall of Famer still. All right, football night alert. We saw Stafford was driving here, but on 4th and 5, falls incomplete.
Never die Rams. They were trying to mount the comeback. They made it close, but ultimately the Packers finally get off the field here and they're going to secure the victory.
Yeah, and likely Jordan Love will get his first win as a starter for the Packers this season. The Raiders taking on the Broncos. They had a visitor in the stands, just a raccoon, no big deal.
Yeah, that's a Rocky Raccoon right there. Went back to his room.
Oh, that's what that is.
Only to find Patrick Surtain taking it back 101 yards. Surtain, one of the best, had 2 picks today.
Yeah, if you are a fan of Applebee's, you're a fan of this play, go get your 6 boneless wings, okay, on Monday. No big deal. He finished with 2 picks on the day. In the 4th quarter, look at Bo Nix, just leaping in.
Yeah, Bo Nix had his best game. He threw for 2. He ran for 1. Looking like a young Drew Brees right there. Big win for the Broncos.
Yeah, don't look now, but that's their 3rd straight win after starting the season 0-2. The Panthers taking on the Bears. Okay, never forget the blockbuster trade in 2023. This is what the Bears got? Panthers got Bryce Young. Let's take a look at 2 of the pivotal pieces of that trade.
Caleb Williams looked unbelievable today, finding DJ Moore. They ran the ball today. They took some of that burden off Caleb Williams, and he showed it was necessary, and he looked awesome today.
Yeah, that was a 34-yard touchdown. Then he's going to look for more again for 30 yards.
Oh, he said, I'm not done yet. Simsy said it earlier. He looked at defense off right, came back left. Good throw, good catch. That sometimes beats good defense.
Yeah, Bears go on to win it. Now they are 3-2, their best start since 2021. The Cleveland Browns taking on the Commanders. How about another rookie quarterback who's just giving hope to the Commanders faithful right now?
It's more than hope right now. It is. It's great. It's great what we're watching right now. And I know that's not an easy word to throw around. But 4th and 3, Maria, this is where he's amazing. You blitz him, he runs around the edge, and now he looks like an elite wide receiver running down the sideline. Yeah. Incredible that way.
4th and 3, he's like, I'll raise you 34 yards with a QB scramble. And more than hope is exactly what's riding with the Commanders right now. But then he can also get it done with his arm.
Again, and then he goes, okay, you blitz me, big deal. I'll stand in the pocket and throw a one-on-one bomb to De'Ami Brown right on the money.
Oh, Jaden Daniels having a big day. It only got bigger when he got to catch up with Florio on FaceTime.
That touchdown pass to De'Ami Brown at the end of the first half, was that the call? Or did you spot him one-on-one and decide, I'm going to throw it to him?
I mean, I kind of made the call. I mean, Cliff called it, but the play before that, I ran out of bounds and kind of ran by Cliff and said, hey, man, they're playing man coverage. Let's take a shot.
Do you have the green light to do that on your own?
I do.
Are you hearing chants of MVP yet?
I haven't heard no chants yet.
I think. Are you ready for it? There's only been one rookie MVP in NFL history, Jim Brown.
And man, that's a legend.
At least least Offensive Rookie of the Year chance. You got to be hearing that. Jaden Daniels, another big day. But you see Deshaun Watson, it was a struggle. Sacked 7 times, Sims. I mean, what is going on with Deshaun Watson and this offense for the Browns?
There's lots of issues, and it starts with the guy at quarterback, Deshaun Watson. It's not good enough, plain and simple. We saw this offense function at a high level last year with Joe Flacco. This year, nothing to talk about. And here's one of the big issues. First off, look at the people here. Wide open. He's open. Down the field, open. What's Deshaun Watson doing? Looking at the rush. Why? The pocket's perfect. Then he gets sacked. Ball pops out of his hands. Fumbled. Almost becomes a pick six. A disaster that way. Right now, Deshaun Watson, with his contract, the trade they made to the Houston Texans, has totally handcuffed the whole organization. If it was any other quarterback in football, we would be talking about benching him.
Yeah, that was the Lowe's home team help. But let's talk about Kevin Stefanski saying after the game that's not the plan. He's sticking with Deshaun Watson.
Oh, I mean, you guys chime in here, but I think it goes back to the owner and the GM a little bit here.
Yeah, your number one job as a head coach is to play the right guys, the guys that give you the best chance to win. And you can't watch the Cleveland Browns and say this guy gives you the best chance to win. You lose credibility in the locker room when you let other factors come involved. Money, when he was drafted, how long the contract is. He's got to sit back and take courage, Kevin Stefanski, and say, what's the best thing for our team? I think right now, give Jameis Winston a shot. Maybe there's some new energy. Maybe there's a spark in this team. It doesn't mean this is the decision for the rest of your life. You can make a two-way decision. Right. A few weeks from now, maybe you bring him back into it. But they can't go down the road that they're going down right now. They have no chance to win.
And you have to do that because the guys in the locker room. Think about if you're playing defense right now, we always talk about those quarterbacks that always give the team hope. I know we can win. We got that. They don't have that right now. The defense isn't looking at Deshaun Watson like, if we make this stop, he'll go win. I think this defense is coming into games like, hey, it doesn't matter what we do.
If we don't win, we're not going to win.
They're going to find a way to lose the game on the other side.
Well, what about, do you think Stefanski even has the power to make that call? That's the big thing. I think it's an ownership GM thing that's getting involved here right now.
All right, guys. Well, one guy that we haven't seen so far in our show, Matthew Berry, and that's because he and his team hosted fantasy football pregame earlier at an Applebee's in Pittsburgh to celebrate Applebee's kicking off Pick 6 Mondays. And obviously, we already told you your wings are ready. They'll be ready to roll on Monday. As I mentioned earlier, you can get your 6 free boneless wings tomorrow at Applebee's. And Matthew, you've made your way to the field. What do you have for tonight's DraftKings Sportsbook 3 play?
Yeah, thanks, Maria. I'm going to start with a tight end, Pat Freiermuth of the Pittsburgh Steelers. One of the things that's really worked well for the Bears and Justin Fields is throwing it short, the short passing game. And when Fields throws it short, it's usually to Pat Freiermuth. He's averaging nearly 40 yards per game this season. I like him to get at least 34 yards tonight. Speaking of tight ends, on the other side, I really like the tight end for the Cowboys, Jake Ferguson. One place you attack the Steelers is the middle of the field. And in the 2 games since Ferguson returned from that knee injury, he has a 24% target share. He's gone over 40 receiving yards in both games. I say he makes it 3 straight tonight. And let's be clear, the Cowboys offense really boils down to Ferguson and CeeDee Lamb, friend of the Fantasy Football Happy Hour podcast. My guy Eights, I call him Eights. The Cowboys are going to move CeeDee Lamb all over the field tonight, dating back to last year. CeeDee Lamb now has 7 straight games with at least 60 receiving yards. He'll have no problem hitting that number tonight. I say it makes 8 tonight. And that is my DraftKings 3 play for tonight.
And I think another guy who can have a big game, Kavontae Turpin. He's a guy with no Brandon Cooks. They can throw him 2-yard, 3-yard passes. He can do the rest. He's a returner. When I watched him on film, I'm always wondering, why not get this guy in the game more? Give him some opportunities to make plays. Tonight he'll get some of those opportunities.
Well, he's the only player in the NFL with the punt return for a touchdown so far this season. So you're right, he's a playmaker. Number 4 in the building and on the field, looking for a victory on Sunday Night Football against the Steelers in this old school matchup.
All right, here we go, boys. Here we go. That's the way to start. Let's go, East.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
It is time for your Pick 6 and win.
It's primetime football in Pittsburgh. You gotta be kidding me, picking that pigskin up the air. Give me a sack right here. Welcome to the sack party, my friend.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
So it was back in March. Justin Fields was traded for a conditional late-round pick, and that's a discount rate for a former 11th overall selection. Fresh start, learning the Steeler way, and making it happen this first month. And tonight he's going to face a Cowboys defense without some key guys, Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence as well. Secondary beat up too, Coach.
Yeah, they're missing 2 corners there. Deron Bland and Kalen Carson won't play, so that puts a lot of pressure on Trayvon Diggs. George Pickens is the Steelers' best receiver, and we talked to Trayvon. He's going to be following Pickens on the money downs. He'll be locked up with him tonight.
For me, Jack, I'm looking at the Cowboys' defensive line, in particular, Mozzie Smith. This guy is 335 pounds. He got pushed around and bullied against the Baltimore Ravens. He came back a week later and played extremely well against the Giants. He has to understand that he has to bring it every single week in the National Football League, but they're going to need his 335-pound presence.
I'm with you. I want to ask you, though, about this Steelers quarterback room, because it was expected to be Russell Wilson coming in. Justin Fields, we've seen what he can do. How would you navigate this quarterback room when Russ is healthy?
Well, I can tell you this. The Steelers are very happy with their situation, and they've got 2 quarterbacks that Mike Tomlin loves. I'll tell you this, though. I was at practice on Thursday, and Russell Wilson was throwing the ball lights out. He hasn't moved full speed yet, but throwing the ball, they're very, very impressed with him.
Yeah, Justin Fields should be the starter, and the most dangerous thing about their offense is Justin Fields. They don't have like a ton of talent that scares you. So I'm looking at Justin Fields like he should be the guy starting the quarterback.
I think he will be the guy for a while here, but they're ready to go. If they need Russell, he'll be on fire.
And also, I had a chance to talk to Russell Wilson, and I asked him, I said, Russell, how tough is it not being able to play? Because we saw him walking back and forth. He said, hey, I just got to do what I got to do at this point. I would love to be on the football field, but I got to help Justin out. I got to coach him and try to be the best teammate I can be.
And Coach Tomlin told me he has done just that. He's really helped Justin.
Interesting. Pretty amazing, too. They got both these guys for under $5 million. One of the cheapest quarterback rooms in the NFL, Maria.
Yeah, and let me ask you, Jason, could you make a quarterback change at this rate, at this point in the season? For the
if they are winning, they have to keep playing Justin Fields. He fits perfectly with how they want to play. They're playing great defense. Second in the National Football League in points allowed. They want to run the ball, play action, move the quarterback. Fields is the perfect fit.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's working.
Exactly right. And it's the style of football they want to play. Like you said, they want to run. He takes care of the football. He can run himself, and then they play through that defense.
All right, guys, Week 5 brought us some great games that came down to the wire. Let's show you some of those finishes with the highlights as we get rolling. The Giants taking on the Seahawks. Daniel Jones, they are visiting Seattle. To the third quarter we go, all knotted up at 10. Danny Dimes to Darius Slayton.
I was about to say, Daniel Jones or Danny Dimes. He was throwing dimes today, but he was aggressive. Not just throwing the ball, running over people. This was the Daniel Jones that Giants fans love to see.
And this is without Malik Neighbors. Remember, he's injured and out. Fourth quarter, 20-13. Brian Burns, they were all over Geno Smith.
This defense, they showed up today, 7 sacks. And then Isaiah Simmons, you're talking about being an athlete, staying at the line of scrimmage, jumping over. I was at the Giants practice when they signed this guy last year. Everybody, Brian Daboll, Joe Shane, they were excited, and it's paying off.
They get some ballers on that defense, the Giants.
Oh, Seahawks fans still in shock right now. But yeah, what could have been a game-tying field goal ends in a touchdown. Here's another shocker. It started with a very, very hot day, though, because in Santa Clara, I can't believe the temperatures are this high. George Kittle's just trying to cool off before the game even starts. To the second quarter we go. Cardinals down 13-10, and a field goal's blocked here.
13-10, field goal block. Lemonor brings it back for a touchdown. You're going 20-10 before the half. Man, the 49ers, they're rolling.
Sure.
The Cardinals ain't got a chance today.
But they do have a young man named Kyler Murray, so don't count him out.
Yes, they do, and he made some big plays today. There's no doubt. Made some plays with his run, his legs, and that's what sets up this right here. Fake a little quarterback power to the left. He pulls up, boom, back in the end zone, touchdown. They're back in this thing.
That one to Elijah Higgins, and then the 49ers next possession in the red zone.
49ers started the second half with an interception, and here they are, big drive. They run it right down the throat of the Cardinals, and Jordan Mason has his first career fumble.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So we go to 4th and 5. Cardinals right now down 2.
All out blitz, but he backpedals right off his back leg, throws a corner route up to Marvin Harrison Jr. and makes a great catch.
Yeah, that one was good for 14 yards. So then the Cardinals would get that field goal that ends up being the game winner. Brock Purdy, though, hit as he throws here, interception.
Big blitz. He didn't see it coming off the right side there. He's got a wide open Kittle, but he gets hit as he's throwing. The ball pops in the air. Cardinals, way to go.
Yeah, 1-point victory for the Cardinals. San Francisco now sitting at 2-3. That is their first home loss. But what is going on with the 49ers?
Yeah, just an absolute shocker to me. They were in control of the game. And since Kyle Shanahan has been the coach there, they've always been the team that does the things that allows them to win. Today, not so much. And really all year long, 3 turnovers in the game in the big moments when they have a chance to go seal the game. It doesn't look like the same 49er team. Christian McCaffrey will eventually come back, but they got to find a way to win some games before he does.
Tom Brady said on the broadcast today, a famous coach said to him, you can't win until you stop from losing. San Francisco's making too many losing plays to overcome it.
Who was the famous coach?
I think he was talking about Bill Belichick.
He did mention him. I wasn't sure.
No, these guys said it, right? They're better than a 2-3 football team, but self-inflicted wounds in the Rams game that they blew late in the fourth quarter with turnovers and a bad punt return, and then today some mistakes as well.
Doesn't get any easier. Thursday night they have to go to Seattle. Both those teams looking to battle back from a loss. All right, remember, thanks to Andrew Van Ginkel, Pat Surtain, and Jalen McAuliffe, we get the Applebee's Pick 6 free boneless wings tomorrow. And I can't promise you Dan Campbell's going to be there serving you up, but I can promise you're going to get these free wings.
Cover your mouth. Cover your mouth.
Cover your mouth.
You don't want to see what's coming.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
Big game coming up. We want to talk a little ball. Yeah. Let's look at a little Cowboys. I know, especially your defensive side of the ball, CeeDee Lamb, got to take care of him. I was at practice. I saw a green jersey. The guys want to identify where he is.
For us, he is the primary target in a rhythm offense. We're going to rotate a lot of coverage around him. That's where you start.
Now, this is something I don't expect to see. This is 4 years ago, and this is T.J. Watt on CeeDee Lamb.
No, we didn't necessarily know who CeeDee Lamb was back then at that level.
And Lamb's in the end zone.
Let's go to the next play. Now, this is a little more like Steeler football. He's going to catch the ball, but we got a lot of people coming.
And that in and out component, even in zone, we want to have inside and outside position on him, challenge him in that way. And then obviously we want to be aggressive post catch in an effort to minimize the run after, and then also in an effort to get the ball back. This guy is the #1 receiver in the NFL over the last 2 years in explosion plays. And so we got to minimize the run after for sure.
Well, one of the ways you negate explosive plays is by pass rush, and you got one of the best in the business.
Absolutely.
Tell me about TJ.
His talents are unique, but his football intellect is on the ceiling. And he's always hunting the football.
Because this is what you're talking about here. They got 3 guys ready to block.
Such is life for TJ. You know, that's the life of an elite pass rusher, man.
Keep fighting, keep hustling.
TJ is ultra talented, but he'll be the first to tell you it's the collective, and together we eat.
Give me the sack right here. Come on, TJ.
With each of these clips, man, you see the first thing that comes in is his ball-searching component of play. Plays like this we see routinely, although we don't take it for granted. We appreciate it. You and I have been around great players like that, man, and their ability to rise up in the weightiest of moments is a component that defines them in terms of what they do.
Just one of the great wordsmiths of our time.
Yes, he is.
And Coach Dungy, we are on the field presented by Hyundai. You actually hired him as a DB coach back there in Tampa. You've known Mike Tomlin a long time.
I have, and Dan Rooney, after we won the championship game to go to the Super Bowl, Dan Rooney called me that Monday and said, we're hiring one of your old staff members. That was 18 years ago, and he's still going strong. I think Mr. Rooney got it right.
What's it like to watch him now have the success for you?
Oh, I love it. And one of the things that didn't come out in that piece, Mike talked about working in this organization with the Rooney family, the family atmosphere, how it is and how blessed he's been. And I would agree, having spent 10 years here myself.
Coach, give me one thing you're watching for tonight when Dallas has the ball specifically.
I think, Jack, they've got to run the football. They haven't run it that well. 3.5 average. They haven't run it often. They cannot get one-dimensional and let this Steeler pass rush go. T.J. Watt, who we saw, Cam Hayward, these guys can rush the passer. Dallas has to be aggressive running the football.
Yeah, Dak Prescott told us, believe me, we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure Watt doesn't wreck this game. Give him all the attention he needs. Maria?
All right, guys, we had one game this week featuring 2 teams with a winning record. It was the Bills and the Texans. Stephon Diggs going against his old squad. Remember waving bye-bye on X? Yep, with the profile.
He wants payback.
He does, but let's talk about Nico Collins, another receiver first. This is play.
This is their go-to guy. C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins have a special connection. Big post route, went down and made it 7-0 easy, and now it's 14-3 easy, and you're going, wow, can Buffalo stop this group right here?
And you're also going, oh, no, is that Nico Collins going in the locker room? Yes, it's a hamstring. He wouldn't come back. Texans offense things would not look the same. So the third quarter we go on 4th and 5. This is a huge play for Josh Allen and the Bills.
Huge play, goes to their first-round pick. Coleman on the left side, who makes a guy miss, breaks the tackle, up the sideline, gets some blocks, keeps hustling. In the end zone, you're going, wait, Buffalo hasn't done anything on offense, and oh my gosh, it's 20-17.
Yeah, and check it out. Look, tiptoe, stayed in bounds.
Really, he did. I think I'm going to give it to him. It was close, but he got in.
He's like, I'm the best thing going out of Florida State right now, so I can't step out of bounds. And then C.J. Stroud did have a couple turnovers.
He did. They drove the ball. He threw an interception the drive before this. Here, nobody open. He's moving in the pocket. Ball gets stripped out of his hands, and all of a sudden you're going, wow, Buffalo's got the ball in a good spot here.
Yeah, Dorian Williams would recover it from the Bills, which led to a field goal with 21 seconds left. Josh Allen looking.
Yeah, going to be a lot of talk about what the Bills did here at the end of the football game. Should they have ran the ball a little bit, give their punter a little bit more room? They passed it 3 straight times, and then it set up this right here for the Texans to be in a good spot to close this out.
Yeah, which gives you an opportunity. Robert Woods would return that 13 yards to set up Texans and Bills territory. And then Stroud, he's looking out for a Goombawale. So they're just setting up a field goal.
Just setting up the field goal. They're good with Fairbairn, and he is on the money. Looks like it was going left, and it's straightened back up.
Yeah, good from 59 yards as time expires. But we did see Josh Allen go out in the 4th quarter. He did miss one play. What's the latest on him, Mike, for you?
Yeah, he took that big hit. He told reporters after the game that he rolled his ankle. While he was in the medical tent getting the ankle checked, he was told he needed a concussion evaluation, and regardless of how it looked, he was cleared to return and, as you said, missed only one play.
All right, we'll keep our eyes on it and updates with you on PFT. The Ravens taking on the Bengals. Division matchup. We love this one. Joe Burrow looking for their 2nd straight win and looking for his buddy, his fave, Jamar Chase.
Right before the half, this started the second half shootout. Chase gets behind the defense. That's not a good sign for Baltimore.
Devin, that felt so good. Let's do it again.
Yeah, right here. There's nothing better for a quarterback. You throw a pass 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and Jamar Chase does the rest. Since he got in the league, this has been the #1 threat. Run after catch. I see you, Jamar Chase.
193 yards on the day and 2 touchdowns. Later in the 4th, Lamar Jackson, best play of the season I've seen so far.
You fumble the ball as a quarterback. Just protect it. Nice and simple. No! Double stiff arm to Herbert. Throw the ball in the back of the end zone to Isaiah Likely, one of your favorite targets.
What?
Unbelievable play by Lamar Jackson.
What do you do if you're Sam Hubbard? You just put the helmet down? I tried it.
You tell the coach, man, he's pretty good. Marlon Humphrey with a big interception. Really a game changer in this game when he gets that interception.
Yeah, after the interception, it led to Justin Tucker hitting this 56-yard field goal, which would take us right on into overtime. Yeah, Tuck, we see you. The Ravens are driving here, though. You don't want to see this if you're a Ravens fan. Jackson fumbles the snap.
Lamar Jackson, you fumbled it once, you made a great one. Let's not do it again. Right there, just doesn't keep his eye on the ball and sets up Cincinnati for the game-winning field goal.
Okay, line it up. Let's walk away with the... no, come on.
And Cincinnati did not really try to get any more yards on this drive. They were content with this field goal, and the operation just wasn't good, and that's the reason they missed the kick.
Not the hold. 53 yards, no good. Let's give the ball back to Baltimore, and let's all ride the train, Derrick Henry.
What they call him, King Henry. What they call him, King Henry makes you pay. This guy's been unstoppable when they've handed him the ball. Really been the reason for Baltimore.
Yeah, he ran it 51 yards, set up Tucker yet again. This time, he hits the 24-yarder. Sorry, Joe Burrow, but that is a victory for Baltimore, 41-38. But we had fun with this one. I mean, just take a look at the numbers here in that overtime AFC North showdown. More than impressive, but Joe Burrow not happy with the way his team has played so far this season.
We're not a championship level team right now. We're not. I like to think that, we'll come back and improve throughout the season to get to that point, but right now we are not, and we have to get better.
No truer words have been spoken, but Devin, you said it at the top of the show. Like, we're used to, okay, Cincinnati, slow starts. You don't want to hear that anymore.
Everybody's been saying this is a National Football League. You don't just start slow and think you can just roll on teams. These are good football teams. They played Baltimore, a division opponent. They were ready to go. They finished better than Cincinnati, and it shows up week after week for them.
No doubt. The quarterbacks today were ridiculous. But what happened to the AFC North? This used to be about defense. I have real concerns about both Baltimore's defense and Cincinnati's defense in these games. games. If these guys want to get back in it and stay in it, they got to shore themselves up on that side of the ball.
Yeah, and some people trying to make business decisions when you got Derrick Henry coming at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and Mike Florio, you spoke with Derrick after the game.
Now, he's the 5th player in NFL history to have 10,000 rushing yards and 100 scrimmage touchdowns in his first 125 games. The other 4, Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith, LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson. When I asked Derrick Henry if he knew the names, he rattled every one of them off. He said it's a dream come true to be mentioned along with them. He knew those names. He didn't know he was being chased on that overtime run, and he insists, he was defiant, he would not have been caught if he had known that guy was behind him and he would have scored the touchdown. They won on the next play anyway.
Do we agree?
We got no reason not to believe the guy. He has 99-yard touchdowns in his bag. So
it's kind of good.
I agree, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he scored on the opening drive, so we riding with you. All right, one last highlight. And given that it was in London this morning, we're going to do a little differently. Here's the Jets-Vikings, how it played out, with some British flair.
We've got a good one. The Vikings unbeaten behind the early season brilliance of Sam Darnold. We are good to go, Craig, here.
Picked off by Van Ginkel, and it's loose! Aaron Rodgers picks off in London, and they love it in here. Oh, my. Rodgers over the middle, he's intercepted again, and this Jets offense is falling apart.
Welcome to controlled chaos.
There's the pressure, there's the sack, and they won't get it. My guy walks into the end zone, has a Jet touchdown.
The pass fade right, and
intercepted. Vikings ball. A cacophony of noise at Tottenham. The Minnesota Vikings are going to go to 5-0. So near, yet so far for Rodgers. 3 interceptions on the day for number 8. And look at the face of number 2 for Minnesota, Stephon Gilmore, the London hero.
Yes, it was just so fall. Do I sound like I'm London at all?
You
Absolutely
do.
not. But the number I want you guys to see, that he was sacked 5 times and hit 14 times. I mean, Chris, what are you seeing from Aaron Rodgers in this performance in London?
Well, a little bit concerning as far as the Jets don't motion, because Aaron Rodgers doesn't like that. They don't shift, so there's issues there as well. They lack a little creativity. They're predictable on offense. They threw the ball 54 times today and barely threw the ball for over 200 yards. So let's look at it a little bit. Let's look at the 3 interceptions. Like I said, predictable. He loves to throw the ball short and quick, slants, flat routes. You see all the guys at the line of scrimmage? Hey, he's going to audible to a slant when the blitz is coming. Everybody in football knows that. Andrew Van Ginkel going to drop out because he's seen it on film all week. Brian Flores has taught him that. Boom, he gets back. Great catch, pick 6. Now, we're getting a little impatient because we haven't been able to throw the ball. We haven't been able to get a first down. And now all of a sudden the pocket's clean and we're going to force a ball down the middle to Allen Lazard. Interception, bad decision there by Rodgers. And then late in the game, here's more predictability. When it's one-on-one outside, he likes to throw the back shoulder. You got to throw it where you saw the bullseye. He throws it down here. Great job by Devin McCourty's old teammate and Stephon Gilmore, but they're out of sync and they need to open this offense up more, and it starts with that guy right there, Maria.
All right, that was the all-state check-in. Thanks, Chris. Well, what does that look like? Chris says you have to open it up a little bit more. What can they do, the Jets, to get it going on offense?
Well, I think they have to be comfortable being a little bit uncomfortable. Right now, their offense, it's a definition of insanity. To do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I know you don't like to shift in motion. The whole NFL is doing that, and we're seeing success. Throw some of that in there, figure out maybe it's Braylon Allen out there a little bit more. They have to just switch some things up to get a different result.
Well, in defense of that guy, he's one of the all-time greats, and he's been in this offense for a long time and has had a tremendous amount of success doing it. But I agree with what you guys are saying, and the biggest thing for me is 54 attempts. You can't have any quarterback throw the ball 54 times against that defense. That's what they do. You're playing right into their wheelhouse. They have to run the football. They got to get the young running backs going and take some pressure off of them. And they have the guys to do it. They've rebuilt that offensive line. Number 8 can't do it all by himself. He's 40 years old. He's going to be 41 pretty quickly. It's not the right formula for success.
And one of the interesting things is we saw a couple plays with Braylon Allen and Breece Hall on the field at the same time. They just haven't done it a lot. Put both those guys out there. They're 2 of your best players on offense. Every ball doesn't have to go to Garrett Wilson. I think he had 22 targets today. And like Simsy said, it's predictable.
And just 36 rushing yards for the Jets in London. And also quietly, the Vikings, Sam Darnold. They're talking over the first time since 2016. All right, let's go back to the field in Pittsburgh for Barry's Bet, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Matthew?
Dallas, Pittsburgh, 2 iconic franchises, lots of star players. So, of course, I'm going with a kicker prop. Listen, Pittsburgh moves the ball well, but they're 27th. They're just 27th in red zone efficiency. When they get in close, they often stall out. So give me kicker Chris Boswell to make 2 field goals tonight. He's hit this number in every game this year but one. I expect him to do so tonight. Boswell, 2 field goals. That is my Barry's best bet for tonight. Maria, guys?
DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the app and use promo code SNF when you sign up.
NBC Sports presents the Cowboys of Dallas.
When you become a starter with the Dallas Cowboys, you are the man.
You mean the Cry Boys?
The Steelers of Pittsburgh.
It was caviar and champagne versus a shot in the beer.
The guys in Dallas being America's team and Pittsburgh was just blue collar.
We had personalities committed to winning.
I think we created the rivalry. We were going to win the game, but if a fight broke out, we would win the fight also. Those guys ain't backing away from any rough stuff.
We had to become a physical football team. We had to be thugs like them. An altercation. Oh, baby, it's on now.
Game on.
Which team is pro football's best?
Who do they think they are by calling themselves America's team?
This is the best matchup in history.
Now you got me fired up.
Drew Pearson, I'm fired up too, but guess what? You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to chill. There's lightning in the area. We are officially in a delay for the 34th meeting all time between Dallas and Pittsburgh. As you can see, the storm just going right over Acrisure Stadium. Yeah, we don't have Al Roker, but we do have Mike Tirico.
I thought you were.
Yeah, no, he's like the reigning weatherman when you need him, especially when anything to do with the game is concerned. So the players are back in the locker room now. CeeDee Lamb still waiting for that 100-yard game.
He's jamming a little bit.
He's jamming. He's getting ready. A little extra time. Nothing wrong with that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's what you don't want to see, though.
He spit before he put the jersey on? Okay.
But guess what? His teammate, Mika Fitzpatrick, he caught up with Rodney Harrison a little bit earlier.
Mika, what you learned from last week's disappointing performance by the defense that you could bring into tonight's game?
Yeah, we knew what they were going to be doing, and we deployed coverages and people and schemes to stop it, and we just didn't execute. It was us not executing, and that's what we got to do tonight.
30 minutes before the game starts, what is your typical pregame routine now?
When I go in, I open up my notebooks, go through my notebooks, I put on my music, I go through my worship playlist, my calm me down a little bit, and then we get to work.
What can we expect from you tonight?
Just gonna make plays and play ball, have fun.
All the best to you, brother.
Minka in his 7th season, the worship playlist might have to get a little bit longer now because we're in a delay. Is that what it usually looked like for you? That's what you were listening to before a game?
A little bit of that, mix it in there. I like to just have it the spinning of the dial of my music and a defensive call. So had to always switch it up. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Well, we started really early in week 5. Remember, out in London, so our Sunday Fun Day has been a long one. But let's get it rolling to see what we've enjoyed so far in this here week 5, starting with the Vikings and pick Van Ginkel.
Van Ginkel, another pick six, his 2nd of the year. This is the 2nd time he picked off a New York quarterback that plays in New Jersey. Josh Allen, we're not throwing you in there. We know you play in New York, too. But he got Daniel Jones, and then he got Aaron Rodgers today. Van Ginkel in this Minnesota Vikings defense, I love to see it.
What about the tank that is Tank Bigsby?
The tank is a tank. Look at this guy, Bigsby. It's a 19-yard run. He breaks like 11 tackles. He carries him into the end zone. I absolutely love this guy. Over 100 yards, averaged 8 yards a carry, scored a couple touches for the Jags.
Best play of the day, hands down.
Maybe the best player of the year.
You're right.
I mean, any defensive end that gets stiffed on twice in the same play would get made fun of in team meetings, but not with Lamar.
You're right.
And then it's like, wait, he's going to throw it out of bounds, and at the last second he just went, oh, no, I'm going to throw a touchdown. Unreal play.
Yeah, never out of the play ever if you got Lamar Jackson on your sideline. That was Action Jackson at its finest. Okay, we have some speed demons going. Some of the fastest plays we've seen so far this season, guys.
I don't know if anybody else at the table can speak about speed other than me, but I see you, Brian Thomas Jr. 22.15 seconds. He's rolling.
How did LSU ever lose?
Seriously, right? Seriously. Neighbors, Daniels.
What about Kyler Murray? fastest speed by a QB over the last.
Not even fair.
That's not fair, exactly.
It's slot receiver speed. It's slot receiver speed.
He was laughing from 40 yards out.
All right, you guys can talk about this.
This is our list.
This is you.
Joe Flacco hasn't ran this fast since he fell off a cliff into the water somewhere. But either way,
Acceleration. You see the acceleration?
that is more like me and Jason Garrett speed.
No way that's 18 miles an hour. No
I
way.
don't agree with that either.
And then we had the best sign of the day. Just the way that they surmised the trade and everything the Bears got from Carolina. They're just saying thank you.
Yes, they are. And they got one more pick to come in the second round this year, so they can just keep rubbing it in
It's not done yet. The thank you would have been right if Carolina would have won the game. Like, don't say thank you and then beat the brakes off of us.
You're welcome. That's what you say, right? You're absolutely welcome. All right, it's time for tonight's home team picks, brought to you by Lowe's. America's pick. 55% of you went with the Steelers. Okay.
All right.
Cowboys is
Against
America's
team? Interesting.
Okay.
Let's see. How did we do?
I want to know where. Oh, Jason Garrett.
Wait a minute.
It's about the injuries. No Micah, no D-Law. That's the reason.
A river.
You take Micah Parsons, D-Law out of that defense, they're the motor, the best players. It's tough sledding up there.
Something tells me Jason cares more about that little red vest over there than he does about that America's team, that star, that you are completely undefeated. All right, Rodney, Tony, what does this game come down to? Why are you rolling with the Steelers?
Hey, Coach, for me, it's the Steelers offense, and I'm looking at tight end Pat Freiermuth. He's got to be the number 2 option. We already know who the number 1 option is, but he has to be the number 2 option. They paid him a lot of money, gave him a big contract. This is the time where he has to deliver.
And for me, you heard those legends, those Cowboys and Steelers talking about toughness in this game. I think it's going to come down to the line play. The Steelers' offensive line trying to pound it and run the ball. The Cowboys, they want to throw it. They're going to have to pass protect with their offensive line tonight. Keep your eyes on the offensive line play, Maria.
Okay, since I'm the only one that picked the Cowboys, could someone tell me something good? Like, what could happen if the Cowboys win it tonight?
Well, they're going to, I think, have to create some turnovers, and I think it's going to be get the ball to CeeDee Lamb. He is their best playmaker on the field.
All right.
Dak Prescott can play. 88 can play.
All right. Well, those were tonight's home team picks, brought to you by Lowe's. The field is cleared. We are in a weather delay, but you're going to hear from Mike and Chris and Melissa on the other side of the break.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.